Just checking the brake discs and pads here on a 2011 Toyota Corolla Verso, and I'm just going to check what condition they're in because there's been a bit of squeaking out of the brakes. Now you can look through this window here and get an indication of the brake discs. Now I can see plenty of meat on those, so they look good, but as I said, there's been squeaking, there's been noises, so I'm going to pop them out anyway and just have a look at the state of them, make sure they're wearing down evenly, make sure nothing's sticking, there's no issues. The disc looks to be pretty good condition too. It's not worn, it's not uneven here, so I think we'll be okay with this, but I will check anyway. Nuts here, 13mm. Let's pop those off and have a look. I'm just going to pop this in here, this pry bar, and just move the caliper just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of space. So it pushes the cylinder of the brake back in a little bit, so just a little bit of space to work with, so when I come to remove this, it'll come off easier rather than being wedged to the disc. A tiny bit, so there's a little bit of, yeah, you can see that there now. There's just a little bit of movement there, that's all I want. And then I'll have a look at these discs. They look absolutely fine. There is loads of meat on them. Let's look at the other one. When you get down to sort of 4 or 5mm, you want to be thinking about replacing them, but yeah, they look fine. They don't look like they've been anything causing my problem. I'll give them a clean up anyway. I'll clean up the little bits of metal here that they slide in, so I'll clean those up too. And I might just check these pins as well, because as I said, they're squeaking out of here. This is the back wheel off, and immediately that disc looks a lot shinier, a lot more worn. Like I would imagine I'm going to find these pads worn down a lot more than the front pads. I'm guessing what's happened here is back pads don't tend to wear down as quickly on front wheel drive cars. I'm guessing the front pads have been changed multiple times. The back pads have just been left well alone, and now they're worn down. This disc looks a little bit shiny. The thickness is okay, but the disc itself, I'll show you the thickness. The thickness looks okay, but the disc itself looks a little bit shiny. So I'm going to pop off these pads and let's have a look at them. All right, I need to just get in between the disc and the caliper and just move that this way a little bit. But there's a bit of movement there. You can see I've given that a little bit of movement. Now I'll pop off those 13mm again. Just use a longer spanner just to get it started. Just the leverage makes it a lot easier. Very easy. Okay, that's the two 13mm bolts out. Let's take this caliper off. Oh wow, yeah, these pads are really worn down. Even then, they're not the end of the world. More likely to be causing the squeaking than the ones at the front. Wow, it's got a fair old ridge in it. That's the rear one. You can see it's got a ridge in it. There's a bit of meat left on it still, so not as worn out as I thought they were going to be. And that's the front one. Again, plenty of meat left on that. Could be that the discs themselves aren't in the best condition. It might be to replace them. Okay, so good bit of meat left on it, big ridge in it there, so that's not in the best shape. But this one looks like it's coming apart. Oh right, okay. Oh right, there we go. There we go. Right, so the braking material has come away from the backing disc. So that is absolutely banjaxed. That would have been causing the squeak, so I say that's where that's coming from. Yeah. So there you go. That's cracked and worn there. That would have been giving you your squeak. That's no good. Then I suppose just to work out whether the discs need replacing too. Again, like the other side, they're not too skinny. They are a bit shiny looking. I will have to do a little bit of Googling on that just to see should they come off. I'll have a look at that. Maybe replace them too.
Several days later.
Move the brake pads out of the way. The brand new brake pad and that disc, that manky disc, has already put lines in it. I just didn't have the discs when I put those pads in, so I'll clean them up with a bit of glass paper before I put them back in again. Okay, that's the cup holder off. I'm just going to pop this bolt into the holes here just to free off this brake disc from the hub. Slightly easier than smashing the back of it with a hammer, which is something I still might do if it doesn't come free. 2 threaded holes here, and I'd imagine this is what they're for, just so you can get this off the hub. Oh, there you go, that's it. That was easy. Okay. These particular ones are Delphi. Oh, it says there BG4291 for a Toyota Verso 2009. There you go, nice and clean. As you can see, it's missing its little rubber plug there, so I'm going to have to recover that from the previous brake cylinder. I just need that out of this one. So that'll just need to be recovered. Right, I'm just going to give these a quick clean up, make sure they're nice and uniform going back on. There is a little cog in there that you can adjust with a screwdriver, and that allows you to adjust the handbrake. So what I'm going to do is better, slightly 7, 8. I don't want to go too much more than that for now. I can always come back to it later. So I was just flicking the thing down to squeeze it out. It feels like it's catching a wee bit now, so I don't want to go much more than that. Okay, I'll use the same method I used last time. That seemed to do the job. Nicer method than smashing it from behind. There you go. That's it. The whole way off now. There is brake adjuster there. I'm just going to try and work out which way this thing should turn when I have the disc back on. So whatever I do, I'm going to put it back again. So 1, 6. That seems to be pushing it out. So I'm going to stop there. I've turned it 6 times. I'm going to see if the new disc goes on top of that. Okay. Okay, that's on fine. It's through this hole here. I'm just going to adjust the cog. Just want to feel it start to lock up a bit. 1, 2, so that's really 7 and 8 now. Still going. That's 14 now. Maybe just back it off a tiny bit, just back it off by 1. Backed off by 1. Right, let's see how this moves. That still moves fine. That's the rubber bung. That goes in the hole at the bottom there. So I'm just going to take the handbrake off. So that's moving fine. Same on the other side. Bring the handbrake up a click and see what it does. Grinding on that side, and I would say 2 clicks aren't going to get it to move. 1, 2 clicks. That ain't moving. Yeah, just a tiny bit. Good enough though, better than it was. Let's tighten everything up and lower it down.